Yeah, going into that game, we knew the quality that Mexico had, obviously coming off the back of beating the US in the Gold Cup. So we knew they were going to be a side that were definitely going to compete and be physical. And I think with our preparation and where we are as a team, our game plan's coming more and more clearer for everyone, and we're really having to buy into it, and we're executing it. And I think the results now showing this new style of play and what we want to do heading into the Olympics.
Tony spoke about the evolution of play for the team, about the ability to be able to go over the lines and break those lines in the World Cup, but looking at evolving it to being able to play through and through presses. How do you find that process as a player?
I think as a defensive midfielder, I love it. It's all about passing the ball and breaking down lines with variety, and that's something that I love to do. We want to be on the ball as midfielders, so I think it's going to add different styles of play for us, and we're going to have different variety to break down teams, and that's only going to be a good thing heading into the Olympics.
With the aggressiveness of Mexico's press, that's almost the perfect lead-up type of game, particularly with the US and Germany, who are going to play that kind of game. How did you assess how the team adjusted to Mexico throughout the 90?
Yeah, I think playing Mexico is good practice, like you said, for the Olympics against teams like the US and like Germany, who are going to press us aggressively. And I think it's a credit to the team how we adapted from the first half to the second half of how we beat that press, and also how we adjust how we're playing out in order to get more success.
You were able to get some significant minutes last night. How did it feel, and how did you feel your performance was alongside Kyra Cooney-Cross?
Yeah, it's good to obviously get minutes. I think with more minutes, the more comfortable you feel, and up until this point, I haven't really been able to play with Kyra as much, and so I think it's really good that we're able to build a bit more of a partnership and understanding of each other. And I think with every opportunity, you just want to take it, whether it's 5 minutes, 20 minutes, or whatever. You just want to do the best with what you have, and that's the way I look at it.
How did you feel in terms of your comfort in the game, particularly as, again, playing against a team that really does make you work when you're on the ball?
Yeah, I think there definitely was a physicality to the game, and I think the last couple of minutes, it was challenging with maybe how direct they were going to get a goal from Mexico's side. So it did turn into quite a transition-based game at the end there. But I think you'll see that in a lot of games, heading towards the end, that it is kind of a bit chaotic because you're going for that goal or going to keep the lead. So. But in the end of it, to keep a clean sheet and to seal the win is, it's what you want. And hopefully next time I get my header on target and get a goal as well.
Let's take off the national team hat and put on the club one for a little bit. It's been a fantastic season for you at Everton. How would you describe it overall?
Yeah, I'm just being comfortable and being more confident. I think, we've had an up and down year with injuries and transfers and all that, but I think for me, just getting consistent minutes, having to play out of position as well, and it's all added different layers to my confidence. I really enjoy playing and I love the game time, and I think you're seeing, just a confident person out there who's just enjoying her football.
And also a couple of seasons now at Everton, that obviously helps in that comfort.
Yeah, going into my second year, it's all about just building, and 3 years ago I was in the A-Leagues, and now that I'm here in my second season in the UK, I think I've grown as a player so much, and I think I have more to grow, but I'm just really enjoying my time there and being surrounded by players from all different countries and pushing each other week in, week out.
What do you enjoy about the WSL in terms of assisting you in your growth for international football?
I think for me personally, it's the number of games that we play, full home and away season with cup games, but then also playing against players from so many different national teams, also playing against so many different styles of play. It's something that's really attractive about the league, and that can really make you, a better player for me personally.
What do you think has changed in your game in the last year with that consistent game time with Everton?
I think with every step up you take, it's just about doing what you do, but just a little bit better. You're having that little less time on the ball, that little bit more physicality or that little bit more, technical demand upon you. So it's just doing what you do, but adding levels to it and getting better. And, that's what I think with every step I take, I've had to adjust. And, I just want to keep going.
You spoke about 3 years ago you were playing in the A-League Women's, and now you're playing in not just in Europe but in what generally people consider the best women's league in the world. Did you ever think when you made that decision to leave your job and pursue football full time, this is where you would now be?
No, I mean it was always the goal, but I in that moment I wasn't, when I went overseas to Denmark, it wasn't like I knew that this was going to happen, but that's how football works. Sometimes you just got to put one foot in front of the other and just keep going, and football moves so quick. And now looking at where I am, I wouldn't change a thing. And for me it was the best thing for my career and for me personally as a player. And I think taking that leap of faith and doing something that was uncomfortable pushes you. And I wouldn't change a thing.
And finally, the Olympics are on the horizon. As we've mentioned previous times, it's a cutthroat one. There's only 18 players, 16 outfield players. What is ahead for you in terms of being ready to, look at claiming your place in that Olympic squad?
Yeah, I think the future for me is all around, finishing up the season well with Everton. And obviously with that, taking every game as it comes. And if I, do well in every game coming up, then that can only put me in a good position coming into the next camp and potentially selected for the Olympics. So, I think for me, my job is about just looking one game at a time, do the best that I can with it, and then hopefully, I'm in a better position come selection.